PMookie here. It's time to do the final review for the ExPutt putting simulator. So, as it said on YouTube, let's get stuck in. All right, so here we go. The ExPutt putting simulator. You know, that's what it is, and that's what it's meant to be. It's the only one of its kind. There aren't any others really in the United States and around the world that you can buy that are true putting simulators that you can play on your television, your computer, etc. So pretty much what you have to be able to buy currently are mats. I've got the perfect practice mat, that I received for Father's Day, which I'd used up to the point where I got the ExPutt. It serves some purpose, but I really want to do this review from the standpoint of it's a putting simulator, first one of its kind. So if you were to go to an indoor, for those that live up north or even here in the wintertime when I don't have a chance to play, I'll go to an indoor simulator, full simulator. You can play, all right? And it somewhat resembles real play. But that's a full swing simulator. There's no such thing as a real putting simulator. All right, so I want to really focus in on how does this do as a putting simulator and does it translate to the course? All right, so in starting this, from the standpoint of the components, quality of the components, the mat, the camera that you have here, the remote control that we got, quality of the components, the mat itself, what kind of quality was it? I thought it was pretty high quality. Did anything break? No, it didn't. I didn't really move it around. I kept it pretty much here in our front living room, near the front door, to keep it out of the way of the rest of the house. But I did roll up the mat. Each and every time, once I finished, I rolled the mat up. Never had a problem with it getting stuck, didn't fall off. The bumper, which is actually memory foam, no issues there. It didn't mat down. The only thing that on the mat itself that I would recommend, and one of the pictures already have been posted, you would want to have a lint roller to be able to clean it off. But as far as components go, I think the components were pretty high quality. The only thing on the component side that I would change would probably be, you get a little bag that you could roll the mat up and put the mat into a bag for portability. The only thing you don't get is a box or something to put the camera in. So you're left with basically the cardboard box that it's shipped in to be able to put the camera back in. Yeah, it's sturdy. It's not bad. But for portability, I probably wouldn't want to be traveling, putting this in and out all the time out of this box, just because the cardboard attachment there is going to wear down and it doesn't really stay stable in there. I would definitely want some kind of memory foam or something to put in there so that when you do put the camera in there, it would at least be a little bit more stable. But as far as travel goes, it's portable, and you give me a bag for the mat, but how about you give me something to put the camera in, so that makes it a little bit easier. Same thing with the remote control. There's really nowhere to put the remote. You can put it in that box too, but maybe somewhere in the little bag for the mat, something like that. But that would be, basically all I'd change. The one last little tidbit that I would recommend at ExPutt: send a longer cord. The 4-foot cord for the HDMI really just doesn't cut it. There really isn't a situation. I've got this on a table in our front area, but in order to use it on a TV, all of our TVs are mounted on the walls. In order to be able to use the ExPutt in any of the bedrooms or the front living room, our TV's above the fireplace, you're going to have to give us a longer cord. So I would recommend at least an 8-foot cord, possibly even a 10-foot cord. Throw in a couple cords, who knows? But definitely the cord length has to change. All right, last section. So basic characteristics, on-course performance, ease of use, etc. Miscellaneous, and then am I going to stash it or actually use it? In all those categories, starting out with the ease of use, 9 out of 10. Very easy to use. Yeah, you got to read the directions, which I eventually did, but I was able to set it up and get it going right out of the box without really having to pay attention too much. So I would give it a 9 out of 10 out of ease of use. Basic characteristics out of 30. It did make me want to practice. I enjoyed it. You have 3 different modes: practice, challenge, and play mode. You got people over, you got friends that want to come over, and you want to challenge them. it's there. There is plenty enough entertainment value in this. My kids were using it. My 9-year-old daughter was on this. My 13-year-old daughter tried it. I mean, heck, the guy that came and sprays my house for pests, he tried it. He wanted to see what it was about. So, basic characteristics of it, I definitely think that's a 29 out of 30. On-course performance, this is where I really do think it is the nitty-gritty. If you buy a simulator, if it doesn't help you get better on course, what good is a simulator? Yeah, you can go get a putting mat, you can do all those things. And I've got a putting mat, and I'm going to continue to use my perfect practice putting mat, because I can put my template down and practice my path, a little bit better, watching the stroke. But as far as total on-course value, yeah, I mean, 15 out of 15. I'm seeing myself be closer to the hole more often. I'm burning edges. I've had more birdies in the last month since having ExPutt than I've had in a long, long time. My scores have gotten better. My handicap's moving down, and the basis, starting out and with the ExPutt, I was at a 1.86 putting average. Now I'm down below 1.7, almost a 1.67. So it's working. On-course performance, 15 out of 15. And then finally, the miscellaneous, I would give it, a 14 out of 15. Again, high scores all the way around. It's a beneficial product. It's a true simulator. Continue to use it? Yeah, I'm going to continue to use it. It's not going in the closet. Am I going to use it every day? No. But I'll be pulling it out, the ExPutt out, and I'll be using it periodically to continue to work on face path, have a little bit of fun, and on rainy days or places when I can't go in the wintertime to go golfing, this will be used. So again, overall, out of 100, it's going to be right up there, and I'll give the final point tally in the writing at the end of this. But I want to thank my golf spot for giving me the opportunity to use the simulator. I want to thank ExPutt for giving my golf spot and all of us an opportunity to participate. It's been a great pleasure of mine, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you.